And now I'm delighted to get to introduce Brittany Carpenter. So where'd you go? There she is, there she is. So the community internship collaboration, she's going to tell us all about it, but I just want to say LACDC, the chamber, we've been lucky enough to have a number of these interns over the years. I have worked closely with them in my capacity at the Bradbury gift shop, and it's a wonderful experience, and it is a fabulous resource, and it makes a huge difference in these students' careers. I was just telling Brittany, I have relationships. Does that sound weird? I know these people still that I have mentored, and I think having that makes a massive difference in their careers. It's great to have somebody you can call and ask advice, or have this on your resume as long as you need it. So it's a really great program. I can't say enough good about, but I'm going to let Brittany say good about it. So thank you everybody for being here, and Patrick, welcome. We did thank Leno CPO right before you got here, so welcome.
So now I got lost.
Oh yes, okay, great, thank you. All right, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much to Rin and Sam for letting me be the speaker for today's chamber breakfast. We've really been able to create some great relationships with many of the people that are sitting here, so I hope that we'll have a chance to talk with them. But my name is Brittany Carpenter. I am the internship coordinator here at UNMLA. This program has been around for quite a number of years. It was actually started in 2015, and it was really very much for the students based on the principles of work, learn, and earn. And I'm going to share what we mean by that for the students. And for the businesses, in your perspective, we really want you to focus on the notion of mentor, leverage, and grow, because we feel like not only does it help the students in these three ways, but it also really helps the community businesses as well. So when it started in 2015, it was a partnership between UNMLA and Los Alamos High School. So we actually used a lot of the high school students as well. We were funded through the Regional Development Corporation and then Los Alamos National Lab. In the last couple of years, that funding stream has switched, and so now we're currently funded through a federal grant through the Department of Education. It's the Title V grant, the PASE grant. And so as we have developed and grown since 2015, we've been able to partner not only with a lot of businesses, but we've done a lot with SBDC and Sandy. Originally, when the program started, we had a small grant from 100 Women Who Care, and they helped to support the program. And then, of course, Los Alamos High School. And so there's been some different iterations of how it looks and how it's looked in the past. But like Rin said, we've been able to really put some great interns out in the community. And we're really working on growing that program. In the past, it was really the academic advisors who took this on, but I was hired in April to really focus just on the internships. And so it's really allowed us to grow and get more into the classrooms and to work with our department heads. And so we feel like there's a lot of momentum right now that's going to keep going forward. So we're really excited about where we're headed. I'm going to talk just a little bit on the students' perspective, and then Lisa's going to share with us a little bit, because we actually have, like I said, several of the businesses and folks that are in here have either had an intern or currently have an intern. But for our students, you know, they're going to work. So this is a 60-hour, a semester-based internship. So they have the full semester to work their 60 hours. By the time they get hired and interviewed by the businesses, it ends up being about 12 hours a week. So, or 12 weeks, 5 hours a week, okay? And so that obviously can be readjusted. You know, it's with you and the student, the flexibility component, whether it's online, in person, what you need. Sometimes there's events, and so the students will work longer that day, but in the end of the semester, we want them to have 60 hours. The really important thing for us right here is to have it be more of a project-based component to the internship. If you're going to just set them at the receptionist desk and ask them to get coffee and make copies, then we would rather you not participate. Did anyone here ever has anyone interned yourselves? Did anyone in here ever intern in your lives? Yeah. Do you guys remember, like, did you get to participate with the boss, or were you coffee fetchers? I don't know. Tell me. Coffee fetcher, okay.
I was coffee.
You were coffee? Anybody not? I was not a coffee fetcher, so what did you get to do?
I interned for the House Armed Services Committee.
Awesome. So were you doing like policy, or what were you doing?
I worked on policy research, helped out with the hearings for the congressman,
Awesome.
but then also got to do tons of copies because
Well, yes.
when the Tax Authorization Act comes out, you have to copy about 3,000 pages of stuff.
That's fair.
In 2 hours.
And they told you 20 minutes before it was
Yes,
supposed to
yes.
happen. Yes, yeah. What about you, Jacqueline?
I actually had a paid internship with Denver Public Art,
Mm-hmm.
and from there ended up in a career, like that did everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it started off with them handing me a list of 300 artworks saying, "Can you find these? Are they all there? Pictures?"
You're like,
They
okay.
started
Yeah.
doing condition reporting, which I had to train myself on, but it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
a really great way to learn. And from there on it went. It was really great.
Perfect. And that's really sort of what we're trying to get them to do. I know that a lot of people have, been the coffee fetcher. I was able to intern in the general accounting office in Washington, D.C., and it was amazing. Like, I was in the programs and I was in the meetings with the individuals, and it's like I would sit and listen and, not even participating, but being able to do that. And I want to go ahead and have Lisa, because I think Lisa's a really good example of a creative way of how she's using her intern this semester in both a project-based, but also like practical copy making. It's not copy making, but so Lisa, if you'll come up and share for just a minute, that'd be awesome.
As you know, I'm an optometrist, so we do eye exams and glasses and contact lenses. We've been doing that for 25 years. So Maya Dominguez was our intern, and she was wonderful, just eager to learn, which she was the ideal student because she was very eager to learn. She's a quick learner. And so I really love the opportunity to mentor her. She's interested in ultrasound technology, and so I really took the opportunity to teach her in how it would relate to ultrasound technology. So everything that she did, I would say, okay, this is how it would apply if you were doing an MRI, if there's a problem with their vision, this is what you'd be looking for. So I really made it a very strong teaching opportunity for her field, as well as kind of giving her exposure to optometry, because I told her that if she were to get her ultrasound technology degree, she could still apply to optometry school after that. So I really wanted to kind of pique her interest, and I had her doing my pre-test. So before my exam, there's a series of pre-testing, like we test vision, we test peripheral vision, we test the corneal, we do a corneal map, and we also do pictures of the back of the eye. And I was thrilled because she actually learned all of it. And so she was doing it, and it was amazing because she learned it and she was excited about it. So I had her doing that, which was a huge benefit for our practice, but also it was a good learning experience for her because she gained experience in how to do electronic medical records. And I told her, if she's going to go into the medical field, you have to know how to do, EHR. And I was able to kind of teach her, what the test meant, and if there was like an abnormal test, like what that meant. And so I had a very strong emphasis on eye disease and what the test meant. And another thing that really was great is I had my employees training her as well and helping her. And so they, as you know, if you teach something, you learn it even better. And so they were actually excited about teaching her and exposing her to what we do. And I think that kind of made my employees really excited about what we do and teaching her. So I think it was a great experience for us. I'm hoping that she's going to really benefit as she moves on into the medical field. And of course, it was a great help to us. There were days that we were actually short on help, and she just jumped in and started helping us, and I was like so thankful. So I think hopefully the program continues, and I hope more healthcare opportunities. So, all right, thanks.
Yeah, it was so fun because it was our first, at least that I know of. We've had some with nurses with heart before in the past, but since COVID, this was our first sort of healthcare opportunity. And I would talk to Maya in class, and she's like, I'm learning about insurance. And I said, oh, that's probably not the most like entertaining part. She's like, no, but then I also learned about the machine, and then she kind of went on, and it was really good for her to see that, you know, when we're in our jobs, there's not always like our favorite parts, right? Like there's some parts that maybe are not our favorites, but then 90% of what she's been doing has been fun and exciting. And when we went on our site visit, I have a couple pictures of our students this semester and what they've been doing. There she is right there. And so she's showing me how the machine works when I went and visited, and she actually worked with one of the patients. And so in that regard, it wasn't necessarily that, you know, Lisa had a project of, oh, I need a marketing campaign, but it was a shadowing. It was, let me teach you how the business works. And so she got to show her the different parts of it. And so she was doing sort of that day-to-day stuff, but it wasn't like she was just answering phones. She's really getting the full picture of what working in an optometrist's office is going to look like. And so for us, that work can be creative. We just want to make sure that it is enriching both for the student and for the business, okay? The other thing that they have to do is they also have to take a class. So that's part of the learning component of it. It's called BSTC 299. They receive 1 credit. It meets once a week for about half of the semester. And in the class, they've got a professor from campus that teaches, and we're talking about resume skills. We're talking about resume writing. We talk about time management. You know, what it's like to give a presentation. So they have to give a final presentation at graduation. And so what that looks like sort of in a career type setting. Each teacher teaches it a little bit differently, but the whole idea is that they're getting to learn some of the soft skills that they would need in a professional setting. And so you will see on your thing, we've actually invited everyone, if anyone's available, on the night of December 8th. Sala is actually going to be our host, and we are having the graduation for our students this semester, and they are going to be giving their presentations, and we're going to have it up on the big theater. Sala is one of our intern hosts this year, and so they've agreed to do the graduation. So we're really excited, but then that can also give you a sense of maybe what the students are doing, and so I think that would be fun for people to come and see. And then they earn. Obviously, they're earning, you know, the experience, they're getting the credit, but they're also getting a stipend. And I think this is where, you know, at the end of the day, it still comes down to money. I'd like to fully acknowledge that, both for the students and the businesses. But they do get paid a stipend, and we are the ones who cover the stipend. Okay, so on your part, you are providing the mentorship, you're providing the project and hours, right? Obviously, this is going to take some time out of your regular schedule, but we pay their stipend. Last semester, it was $630. We've been able to raise it to $900 to make it a little bit more equivalent to regular wage, so that folks who maybe, you know, need a job, you know, we don't want them to not participate because of the financial factor that's involved. So we're hoping, obviously because it's a federally funded grant, that amount can change. But right now we're hoping to at least keep that. This is a picture of Amber. She's at the senior with Bernadette. She's at the Los Alamos Retired and Senior Organization, and she's been doing a great job over there. She helped with all, if anyone went and got their flu shots or their COVID booster, Amber might have helped you, check you in, and she got to learn. She's working on her medical assisting is what her goal is, and so that's why she's there. So for the students, their eligibility is 16 and up, because we do and will still have and allow the high schools who are dual enrolled students can still participate. We don't have it very often anymore. It used to be a much more heavily participated in, I'm not sure the right way to say that, but we used to have more high school students. It's really come back to UNMLA at this point. So we will accept them, but they have to be taking 6 credits at UNMLA the semester they're working, which is why the high school students are not as heavily participating. Maybe some seniors can get in there. But at that point, then it doesn't really matter. There's no GPA requirement. There's no specific, you know, they don't have to be in a specific major or anything like that. We just want them to be current students. This is our current class this year. And then with myself and Lee Libby as she's our professor this year. What I want to do here is, Jean is also one of our regular intern supporting businesses. So I have a commercial that we made with her intern last year, but I wanted to see if Jean wanted to say a few words about her experience.
Yeah, I really, Packy really enjoys this program. It's wonderful to have these interns. I've had 5 CSC interns. My first intern, Bent, still comes back every summer and teaches the classes for me at Pac 8, which is a huge help. I had a girl, Allegra, who started taking classes when she was a kid, when she was maybe 8 years old at Pac 8, and she took animation classes, and then she was my intern, and now she just graduated from college in animation.
Wow.
Holy cow,
And
that's cool.
This is my intern this year. This is Brandon, and he's doing
Hi,
a great job. He's flying drones, he's digitizing old films, he's doing videography, he's learned editing. And then I had Christina, who was wonderful. I had her last year, and we did a lot of drone flying. And it's a wonderful program. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. The one, obviously Jean's is a really popular one among the students because they all want to learn how to fly drones. I'm hoping the sound works. I didn't check it this morning, which was my bad, but this is a commercial that we made that we're showing the students in around town of Christina's experience, and that was in spring of 2022.
Hello, my name is Christina Valdez, and this past semester I participated in the community internship collaboration with Pac 8 as Jane Jundro as my mentor. From my Pac 8 internship, I got to learn a lot about making drone videos and doing cinematography, and because of what I have learned, I am now able to be an instructor through Pac 8's Summer Film Intensive. Summer Film Intensive is a 3-week course, and I am currently helping teach the drones, editing, and cinematography classes, as well as doing some of the hair and makeup for these films. I would absolutely do this internship again. You will learn, you will earn, and you will grow.
And that was a really fun one because she's also been able, Jean's taken her to conferences at this point. She's had several articles in the LA Daily Post and the Los Alamos Reporter about the work that she's done. And she's a fun one because she doesn't really know exactly what she wanted to do, but she always was interested in like videography and those types of things. But as you saw, she also got to do hair and makeup for the videos, and that was really fun for her. And ideally, right, that's what we're trying to also do is when CIC was created, a lot of the motivation behind that was really to help economic development. We were trying to fill a gap in the workforce within our community. And so that's still what we're trying to do. And so ideally what we want to have happen is you have an amazing intern, and then you're able to hire that amazing intern, and they know the work, they know the people, then they're a little more excited to come in and be an employee in that position. I know that Fleur Lodge has been able to hire one of their interns to work in the gallery, and like Jean she has hired Bent and Christina both were able to be hired for her summer programs. Well, then she doesn't have to spend her money training them. They're already trained, and then they can come in and just get straight to work. And so, yes, we really are working on the students and developing their skills, but the reason we do that is so that they can become then a part of our local workforce development and community. So, for you all, now this is your part, but everyone is eligible to apply. We have had interns at county offices, we have had interns at nonprofits, we have had them in private businesses. We don't really have any like specific, if you have the work and you're able to mentor them and the ability to do so, we welcome that. Again, to have an enriching experience, if you have that, and we're able to provide them that sort of project skill-based type internship. That's what we're asking for. Again, get creative. I'm gonna show you a list of the interns that we have out this semester. But if you think, this might be good, but I don't know exactly what I want them to do, give me a call. That's why I gave you my card. Like, we can craft that. We can make that and make sure, that they are having a positive and good experience. That is my whole job. So we are here to help both groups. We do have our website, which is on both my card and the flyer that we gave you. And there will be a red button and it says Business Mentors. And you click that and it'll go down and say, if you're interested in applying, click here. There is, it is an online Google form application, but if you want to just download, there's also a button to download a paper application. You fill it out. So the timeline for us for the coming semester, we do this in the spring and the fall. So this is a little different than a lot of internship programs where they're done in the summertime. This is done through the fall and spring semester. We do not run the program in the summertime, but this is sort of, right now is the beginning of when the applications from the businesses start coming in. So at any point you guys can go and do that. And again, the biggest thing is we want you guys to be mentors, not just a boss. We want them to feel comfortable coming to you and saying, what's the appropriate business attire, right? Or I'm sick, I can't come in, how would you like me to do that? And realizing that they're students, and these students, we have several adult returning students, so we're not saying that they're all 18, but many of them are, and this might be their first work experience. And so kind of thinking back to what you all gained from your first job and what you liked and didn't like, and taking that into consideration and making that a positive experience for them. The other thing we ask is just that all new business mentors do have to attend an orientation, just so that we know that we're all sort of on the same page. Your responsibilities, you know, you're still their supervisor, you've got to approve their hours, you've got to go over their expectations, make sure that everybody has expectations of what they'll be responsible for over the semester. I was at a site visit yesterday and he meets with them every Wednesday for a half hour. They come in, it's really a remote position because they're with Attack Research, but they come in once a week for a half hour. They go over, okay, this is what I've done this week, this is what I'm gonna do this week. But Attack Research is one of our best mentors. And you know, they actually, truth be told, I don't think that they get a lot out of their mentors for their own business, but they have had such positive experiences mentoring that they continue to do it. And I love them for that reason because they see the value in that. And obviously they hope that their interns will eventually come back. Curtis, who is our current mentor over there, he was actually one of the original CIC students. And so he knows the value of that, and so he is always willing to take that time each semester to mentor these students. And so he's teaching them about the field and about what they do. I don't know that his project is necessarily one that's benefiting their business, but they take them under their wings and they develop these students into future employees. And so your motivation, like Lisa said, like it can be different things. She has enjoyed mentoring and she's showing Maya the whole gamut of healthcare, right? And what's possible, and letting her know that, you know, you can be an ultrasound tech, but if you're interested, you could also be an optometrist, and this is what it takes. And that's what we're really looking for, is folks that are really willing to take these students under their wings and show them the possibility. Like Jacqueline said, right? Like you did it, and it was like, I can do this, and this is amazing. So, this is our list. Now, here are some qualifications. Like we've been glowing, it's amazing, and yes, it is amazing, but obviously there is some real world components to it. The business community showed out in force this fall semester. We had 27 internships available, but we only had 12 students take advantage of it. So the ones that are highlighted in gray are the ones that currently have interns in their organization, and the other ones are ones who applied but didn't get anyone. So the reality is we can't guarantee an internship, but what we want to emphasize is I have no clue from semester to semester which students are going to apply. And so if you have an internship, like I know Furler Lodge has put one in, but we didn't have one for them, keep trying, because I don't know, like this semester we had a lot of computer internships. The last semester we had a ton of marketing. This semester, none of our marketing internships were filled. So, you know, if it's a project that you need done right now, maybe not the best option. But if it's a project that you're thinking, I would really love to do this with my business, but I just don't have time, this is an excellent way to take advantage of our program, because we're paying the work, and you know, when we have the right student and they want to do it, then you have a more motivated student to come and participate. So, you know, you see the difference. We've got Samizdat, she actually has two. Mind and Melody, We have an IT intern, so again, it runs the gamut. Sala has got an intern. If you go to the December 1st grand opening of Sala, our intern is helping to plan that event. So I hope you'll go December 1st. I think it's from 4 to 9 that day. We already shared, so we're not going to do that. I just wanted to show you a couple pictures of what our interns are doing. This is Saira. She is the one who will be helping plan the Sala event. She also helped plan, if anybody attended the History of Theater that day when they did the Lord of the Rings, the closing of Real Deal and the opening of that one. She helped plan that. This is Crystal. She's with Mind and Melody, a new nonprofit organization. She helped pass out candy on the Trick or Treat on Main Street, but she's been going in and running programs, and she's also been doing a marketing campaign for them. So she's had a lot of different experiences. Right here, this is Jose, and he is at Salmon's Dog Bookstore. He is running their game nights. She has been able to create this. She will also be hiring him as soon as my hours are done with him. She's going to go ahead. They've already worked with the teen center to have him through Samizdat go to this teen center and run the same game nights. And so now we're expanding the partnership, right? Because he's done such a great job. This is Dylan. He's here at UNMLA with Debray, our IT specialist. So he's a first-year student that just wants to get into IT. And so he's showing them all sorts of new different things that are possible. We have Eric with losalamos.net and Fran. We're hoping that Fran gets hired. We think she will, but one thing that they said is, they've been working so much to get Sala up and running that losalamos.net, they had some projects. They actually applied for 3 interns. They did not get 3, let's clarify that. But the internship that they thought all the students would be interested in, it was a graphic design computer projection project. No one wanted it. We couldn't fill it. But this one, it was their lab. They were like, oh, we'll just throw it in the mix. They got Fran. Fran's been doing amazing work for them, helping them streamline things that they didn't realize they were going to, you know what I mean? She's really, so we think there's going to be a hiring. We can't promise that, but it's kind of looking in that direction. And then we have Maya at Los Alamos Eye Care. So lots of different options. Again, we can't guarantee a placement, but we do the best we can. Keep trying. Also want to say it's not a quick process, right? Students come in, they have to start school, they have to get books, they have to whatever. So if you start applying and putting your application in, applications are due January 5th to 10th is when we'd like to have those applications in by. But then you will interview them, but they wouldn't actually start working till February 13th. Also keep in mind, we really do the best we can. Of our 12 internships, 11 are going great, 1 not so much. But they're just people, right? Like you have hired many people in your lives, and you have people that work out, and you have employees that don't work out. And so I just want you to remember the students are no different. We do the best we can, and I'm there to facilitate those relationships. But again, it's sort of that no guarantee. But we do, if students do not complete their project, they do not earn the stipend. That is very important to us. They need to do the work. They need to complete the class in order to receive their stipend at the end of the semester. And we do the best we can to highlight the businesses. We'll have a press release going out in a few weeks, hopefully, about our graduation and highlight the businesses that have had our interns. We've been putting them on social media, on our UNMLA page. Like, we want to thank you for the work that you're putting in for our students. And so we try and do that by promoting your businesses the best we can. So again, here's the timeline. Your applications would be due January 10th. Some of you attended the meet and greet that was here. That was actually a really good way for us, for the students to meet potential businesses. That's actually how Maya met Lisa, and we were able to get those 2 connected. So we're working on that. We want to make sure students will be able to come and make your time your time here worthwhile. Then you have about a week and a half to interview the candidates. And then we would announce the matches, and then at that point they can start working. The other real important thing is you actually don't hire. We send you 2 to 3 applicants, and then you tell us who you want, and we have them tell us who they want, right? So we want to try and make sure that it's a positive positive working relationship. And so they will interview with 2 or 3 businesses, and we ask you to be able to interview 2 or 3 students and then sort of rank them. And so that's why then we will offer them the position through that experience. But that's really kind of the timeline. It's the same in the fall. We advertise at the beginning of the semester. It takes a few weeks, and then they can work through the rest of the semester. And that's really it. Yeah.
So the interview process this year hopefully will be in person?
Yes.
Thank you.
So the reality is, everything's a little, we're still trying to figure out post-COVID, as long as everything's still good. All the interviews this semester were in person. We do have several positions that are remote, but that's up to the student and the employer. But most of our positions this semester are in person. Yeah.
And how much are the stipends the students get?
So right now it's at $900, which ends up being about $15 to $16 an hour. We're hoping that we can keep it and maintain it at that. So we're still working on what it will be this semester, but last semester, it was $630, so they got like a 30% increase. We didn't tell the students from last semester what happened. We're keeping that on the DL a little bit, but yeah, right now we're able to put it at about $900. And it's earned at the end of the semester. So it's not, they don't get a weekly pay or anything like that. They have to complete the class, they have to complete the requirements in the project, and then we put that into their accounts. And what's nice about it for the students is then they don't have to use it for tuition or books, or they can choose to use it however they want. So there's no requirements on how they use that stipend. Any other questions?
I'd like to introduce Audrey, if we have
Yes,
time,
please.
when you're done with all the
No,
questions.
if everybody has questions, like I said, if you guys want to see pictures of some of the work the students are doing that's going through the slideshows happening. But again, we just really want to welcome, any additional participation. We have some who have interns, we have some who didn't quite work out with internships, but we hope we can place them, in the future, and just reach out for anything. We want to help you and the students as well, but it's a really positive program. So thanks for listening, and please come up and ask any questions.
I